Hello, everybody, and welcome to the OCRP iRacing season opener at Talladega. Yes, Talladega and not Daytona. All the drivers and admin electing to take Talladega instead of Daytona, which we have seen in the past. Once again, we are joined by the one, the only Mr. Civ Ryan. My name is Jeff Favignano, and welcome here to a nice warm day in Talladega. It's not real world weather, so don't worry about that, but we're ready to go racing. It's been a while.
It's good to be back in the booth at Talladega. Great start to the year. This is going to be fun, Jeff.
Absolutely. We call this the season opener at Talladega because, well, admin didn't give us anything to go off of. They're just like, hey, name it whatever you want. So we're like, okay, I guess I'll call it the season opener Talladega. So thank you to the admins for not preparing that. And I'm looking at you, Wes, on that one, so we're just kidding.
Wow.
I did get some information here that's probably nice to know. So some notes. You're gonna see some R's that are in the names. Those are the rookies, new people here in the season, including, well, my dad didn't follow protocol and didn't put an R in there. My father is actually racing here tonight. You'll see a Favignano in there. That is not me. Of course, that is my dad that is out there on track. So some other things. One fast repair, that is it. You get one, you get 3 sets of tires in the pits, and you get 3 green-white checkers. That is all that has been changed as far as last season to this one. So I think that is a good idea for them to move down to having one fast repair. It's going to make better racing, I think, in the long run, Ryan.
I think so. It's going to, everyone's going to have to be a little more cautious and strategize. We're going to see a lot more cars out there that are going to be slow, and they're going to be wrecked, and they're going to have damage because guys are going to strategize on when to use that fast repair. So it's a nice little curveball into the mix here. I mean, it's not really a curveball. It's just going back to, actual, racing strats. But yeah, I think it'll make for some good racing, hopefully. And, or you know what? It might just make a lot of people rage quit, and we'll have 7 drivers left at the end of this.
Well, one of the rookies here tonight is Pepper, and he is going to be starting, well, not starting, sorry, but he is at the top of the boards as far as fastest goes. I'm going to have to change this camera. It's going to drive me nuts if I don't change some of these cameras that we're using tonight. Big thanks to D-Beard that made these Fox cameras back in 2012. I used to use them on my iRacing broadcasts and my Twitch streams. Able to find those with the help of Civ Ryan. Thank you very much for doing that, by the way. And D-Beard. Whoever you are, you're a legend from back in 2012. These things still hold up and they look great. We have Fox cameras, and we have Crank It Up cameras here tonight to cover all of the action we'll see. Let's talk about the car. Not driving the next-gen car. Instead, they're back in an Xfinity car. The reason for this is because, well, I don't think that there's a lot of data that is present enough to make the next-gen car shine in this sim. And I think it was a good choice to end up going with the Xfinity car in the long run.
I think so. I think last season everyone was just like, yeah, this car is a little too new. Maybe we shouldn't have picked it. But they trucked through, and I think it's a good choice to go back to the Xfinity car. Yeah, hopefully it makes for some good racing this season.
Yeah, the racing I've seen so far in practice, and you can see right here as they're going around the track, is, man, what an incredible kind of movement they have. I'm sorry, with some of these cameras, we're going to have to turn some of these gains down. It's just going to happen as we go through the broadcast. Better earlier than later, so that's because somebody is not on track. There we go. That would be why. But, yeah, watching the racing happening here, I'm liking what I'm seeing so far.
Yeah, I think this is a predictable aero package for the guys. It's the cars, from what I hear, a little more stable. Yeah, so we'll just, time will tell. We'll see how the race gets on tonight, but it looks like they're all kind of stacking up, getting some practice in now before qualifying. Practice with the with some drafting and driving in the mix.
And the question is there going to be 2-car tandem racing here tonight? That is the real question. And by the way, if you see the camera edit at the bottom right, we're just trying to adjust microphones at the last minute. We wanted to have some good camera views for you tonight, and we weren't able to. We're not using the default ones that were already set up, so don't mind that. It will just be here for the pre-race for the next 4 minutes or so as we dial this in.
It's a little behind the scenes stuff that we're trying to figure out. It's first race tech issues.
Watching that 21 car got in the wall there and damage to that, but this is practice, not a big deal. I'll get back out there. A lot of cool new paint schemes we're going to see, and one of those being on the 81 car of Brandon Buggs there. That is the Malnati's car. I mean, I think you know.
Oh, Malnati's.
Yeah, I think you know what that one is.
Oh, Pennsylvania, deep to Chicago, little Pennsylvania, deep to pizza.
It's a good-looking one right there. Austin Johnson is one of, well, he's not on track. I thought he would be. Aaron Beaver out there in the classic colors that we've seen before. That's what we got to turn down there. And then 97 car, a Camaro. A lot of Camaros out there, and that's something that we saw in the next gen. Not a lot of Toyota or Fords, really, for that matter. And I'm not really sure what the reason is behind that, other than, you know, people have their preferences of what manufacturer they want to drive, and it's no different here in iRacing.
What would you be driving, Jeff?
I would be driving, I would be driving the Camaro because I like the look of it. Second choice would probably be the Mustang. I think the Mustang looks really good as a Xfinity car. But to be honest, the Supra is cool. Yeah.
The Supra. Yeah.
I forgot about that. It's not the Camry. It is indeed the Toyota Supra. I'm kind of surprised that a lot of people aren't doing that.
Oh, well, actually, it's a BMW Z4, so you can't call it a Supra.
You can't call it a
If you were
Supra.
typing that in chat, I know you were. Shut up. We get it.
And by the way, we appreciate all of you that are watching live on Twitch right now. We don't have a huge interaction in the chat, but we want to change that with this season. And when we go live in the pre-race, we're going to be asking you guys your thoughts on the race and similar things like that. But if you say, hey, that particular camera is really loud, we'll do our best to try to fix that issue. I do understand that. So just kind of, you know, tweaking everything. Another thing is that by next week, we'll hopefully have we'll have the new schedule here in our system, and we'll also have an updated driver roster as far as pictures go. That is something that is still being worked out. So we only have the ones that we've seen before currently out there. And there's a Toyota right there. Look at that. Zachary Guzman in the 26 Toyota Supra. So good to see at least one Toyota out there on the track.
I think Buggs is running a Supra too, actually.
Yeah, I believe so. I do believe so. That's what we were seeing just a little bit. That's what got my my brain sparking about, like, why isn't there more Supras? Oh, there's a Mustang, the Coors car there.
A lot of Camaros.
Yeah, that is true. Robert Webb, I believe, is who's in that one. Nope, that's another Supra, the Duracell 91. So we're also learning. Yeah, we're gonna have to learn everybody's paint schemes again.
Yeah.
So it's going to be a little bit of...
I barely learned them by the end of last season, so this will take a while. Plus, there's new drivers.
Yes.
Don't know them.
So we're not worried about that. 55 seconds left in this session. Let's talk about how we move into qualifying, what you can expect. So we're going to move into qualifying. 5-minute session, or is a 10-minute session. The first 5 minutes is for qualifying. The second one is for a driver's meeting. They will be having a driver's meeting right afterwards. So we'll be gridding up and ready to get underway probably right around 9:05 p.m. Eastern. And we'll probably have that green flag for you around 9:10 p.m. Eastern. That's usually how these things shake out, depending on the speed of the pace car and, you know, how they get everybody where they need to go and they don't have to delay the start.
I'm just trying to figure out my tech stuff here. I'm trying to bring up a standings page and a relative so I know what's going on.
Very nice. Yeah, I'll be watching the timing screen, watching for any cars that are going to be falling back. And we're not going to worry about that too much because we're going to see it a lot since this is going to be restricted plate racing. When we talk about that, what is restricted plate racing? Well, it's not really a restricted plate anymore. They use what is called a tapered spacer, which is pretty much the same thing. And it's allowing all these cars to be running the exact same horsepower. Everybody has the exact same setup because we are using fixed setups here in this league. And that's what you can expect to see here tonight. We'll hide that away. I think we're going to be pretty good when it comes to all of this as far as having all my microphone settings on track. So I think we're going to be good. Now we move into qualifying for the next 10 minutes like I talked about. First 5. Not really a whole lot to see. We will try to see what drivers out on the track when they do make it out there. Single car qualifying session. Not what you really want out of a restricted plate race, because you want to have help. You're going to get a faster time in the draft, but it's going to come down to the single cars. And then here we are. We have one out there on the track right now. I think it's the one we were just watching there. That's somebody else. That was Robert Webb, I believe, in the 91. Yep, Robert Webb there in the 91 car. There he is right there making his first. And you're going to see them all the way next to the wall at the very, very top of the track on the first out lap. And the reason for this is it winds the car up, gets it all the way back up to speed, and then it comes down to making your fastest lap. Here around Talladega, you want to be on that yellow line, and then probably on your last lap, you're going to dive it all the way down onto that apron and try to get everything you can out of this car.
I mean, it's the qualifying here is basically just foot down and just ride that yellow around.
Oh, yeah.
There's not much strategy to qualifying at Talladega.
And you can see right there that he just got this thing wide open all the way around, and all the way down there, pinned on that yellow line. And it's going to come down to hundredths who is going to get the pole here tonight for the opener at Talladega. And holding right around 7,000 RPM. So these Xfinity cars, you're not up there at 8,500 RPM, et cetera, like we'd see, in some of the Cup cars. But right around 7. And not sure what speed. We're averaging speeds around, he's about 176 miles an hour right now. So in the draft, you're going to look at about, 180 or so. And that's what we can expect out of the real next-gen car at the plate tracks for 2022. He's making his second run now. All the way down. Yep, he's going to elect to stay on that yellow line the whole way around. Let's see if anybody else is out on track. And Wes Graham, we know Wes is out there trying to get his car all wound up for his debut here tonight at Talladega. And to let you guys know, if you want to watch the Monday Night League, that is over on Wes's channel, twitch.tv/WesTheMess88. This driver right here that's about to take his first qualifying lap. And Ryan, you've expressed interest in racing in that league.
Yeah, I think I'm going to run in that league. It'll be good because I can get a little insider information before Thursday races on how everything acts. And plus, I was almost not going to broadcast this season because I wanted to get back in the car so bad, but I thought, why not both? So I'll race Mondays and come hang out with you on Thursdays. Best of both worlds.
That sounds good to me. Always love to have you up here in the booth to call the shots. And we're watching Wes. Look at that. He got his left side tires all the way down below that yellow line. Now, during race conditions, drivers cannot drive below the yellow line to advance a position. That is deemed illegal. And I don't think that it is implemented in iRacing still, is it? I don't think so.
No, definitely not.
I could be wrong about that, but I'm pretty sure that is the case. Good looking colors and new colors there for Wes in the 2022 season. We can expect to see. Yeah, I'm not happy with that particular focus. There we go. On some of these cameras. So I got to remind me at the end of this particular race that I need to save out these cameras so I don't have to do this all over again.
Will do.
All right, so it's 5 minutes and 24 seconds before we get out to the grid. Let's hear in the chat right now, for those of you that are watching live on twitch.tv, who is your pick right now? And if you're watching on YouTube, Favignano Live, and you're watching this the broadcast archive, who do you think's going to win? Put it up there. It doesn't matter. Let us know. Who do you think it is going to be? Let me tell you, it's anybody's guess. This is all about survival. Talladega is about survival and making good on-track decisions. Not being too aggressive in the beginning and saving everything you have for the end. And I think that we're going to see a lot of guys not making major moves in the beginning because they have that one fast repair.
Yeah, I think it's everyone's going to be cautious. Hopefully everyone's cautious. I don't want to turn one, wreck one. I said in the Discord, I said, if you guys get more than 10 caution laps today, we're shutting the league down and you're all banned. So there's that added pressure. And I was 100% serious. So if we see more than 10 cautions, that's it for everybody. We're packing it up. We're going home. No, I'm just kidding. But hopefully everyone is takes it easy out there. First couple laps, settle in, and then try to work your way through the field.
Fantastic stuff. We're waiting here. They're in their driver's meeting right now, and we are going to be starting out here shortly. Very shortly, I promise you. I'm gridding these cars up and getting underway, and I'm excited. I am excited. Let's talk about the weather. What do you think it's going to be?
I think the wind's coming out of the north, probably.
At about 1 mile per hour. You would be correct. Air temperature 77 degrees and track temperature 93. So a little cooler than what it normally is here. And that's going to be added grip to these cars. And that's good news for those that are going to be trying to tandem and push on the back of their teammates. We'll see how that goes down here tonight. And we are just about to get started. 3 minutes. We'll be right back here with more action at Talladega for the season opener of the OCRP iRacing series. And welcome back to the track. Once again, we have just about 1 minute until we are going to be gridding up and getting things underway. We'll have your start, your whole lineup here very shortly. But if we look at the sidebar ticker, we can see that Sargent right now, Nick Sargent there at the very top of the board, looking like he's going to be starting on the pole. Masita, Rucci, Steinhoff, names we have seen in the past, and here they are once again. A driver I'm going to be watching out for is going to be indeed the 4-car of Robert Kellett, getting those restrictor plate wins. And I believe he won on Monday. And where was that at? That was at Talladega as well, I believe.
Yeah, no, they do like an identical season to this, so it was at Dega.
So there you go. He got the opener win at Daytona last year, or sorry, well, it was last year, but last season. And maybe Robert Kellett could be the one to watch tonight. It comes down to a good plate racer making those decisions, and we know that Robert can get it done for sure. Less than 5 seconds to go here. We're going to get things underway, and I'm very, very excited for this. There's going to be 60 laps around this place tonight. As soon as this pops over, you'll see the 60 here. And there it is right there. So there you go. 60 laps around this place. I'm ready to get it started here. We got the pace truck out there at the finish start. Sorry, the start finish line. Why would I say finish start? Like,
No, the old finish start line.
hey, old
here at
finish
the track.
start line here. You know, no problem happening with any of that. But yeah, back to it. We had the top here. I could throw it up there with Sargent is who we're going to be looking for here. Because I don't know why it loves to. My time screen does not like to show me who is on the pole until I have to go pop it. Well, he's not on there yet. Okay, well, that would be why. All right, cool. Well, there you go. We have residual sponsors, but we're not going to be shoving them down your throat this season by any means.
I am. Say shout out to Next Level Racing and FRN and who else we got?
We got FRN and Thrustmaster, of course.
Oh, how could you forget Thrustmaster?
I didn't forget. You were just like, hey, I remember. All right, I'll do it. But yeah, we love all three of them. There's no incentive or anything like that. We're not being paid by them. Nope. We just we love the support that they have given us last season, so we're here to show it once again, because why not? Waiting for our poll winner to grid, taking a while. Sargent and Macedo both have not shown up for the grid. And a bunch of different drivers. Maybe they're answering questions currently in the... Oh, they got the engines fired up. I can definitely hear that. But I don't know what's going on with this pit. This is not what I want to see.
Once you get moving, Jeff, he'll be okay.
Yeah. Yeah, that's all messed up. That's okay. Ooh, I love the sound of those engines ready to go. Ready for this pace truck to get rolling so we can start this race. So tonight,
I'm excited for the new paints. There's some new paints out there.
Yeah, a lot of new paints. We got the Gobstopper car there. So that is indeed Nick Sargent that has made it out onto the track here in the 48. And here we are starting to roll. So I'm going to go ahead and just run through our starting grid so we can show you where everybody's going to be starting out. Nick Sargent, definitely not on row 2. I don't know what that's about. I'm going to start it all over again. There we go. Nick Sargent going to be starting on the pole on the inside of Dylan Macedo there. And then in row 2, Matt Rucci. Rucci-bot, he's back once again in action. And then you got Ryan Steinhoff on the outside starting in P4. Row 3, Ben Tuttle and Ryan Potter. Row 4, sorry, that was row 3. Row 4 now, Charles Gray and Jeffrey Spells. Row 5, Brandon Osborne and Kyle Cleveland in that 11 car. That is very loud. Got to roll with it, I guess.
We're real loud down here on the track.
Row 6, James Elton and Kyle Carpenter there. The R next to the name means they are a rookie in this season. Alex Reno starting there in row 7 alongside Austin Johnson, another rookie. Row 8 to Gage Bookman and Leonard Fodorero in that 67 car. Row 9 to Clint Spells and Brandon Buggs. Row 10, Connor Skinner, a rookie, and then another rookie, Donovan Barber in the 32 car. And row 11, Robert Webb, Jason Lance. Row 12, Robert Kellert and Eric O'Neill. Row number 13, my father, Stephen Favignano, on the inside of Zachary Guzman. And row 14, Mason Pepper, a rookie, and Joel Brown 5, as he's known around these parts, with a beautiful hair. And Wes Graham all the way in the back, elected to stay in the back. Maybe that was a good idea. We're about to find out here shortly because it's time to go racing, Ryan. You ready for this?
I'm ready. You got the call, Jeff. Bring us in.
All right. We are going to be ready for it. Pace truck, is down and away. And we're ready to start this thing off. The season opener at Talladega. Nick Sargent holding everybody off all the way to the line. The line here is further down than you would expect at, say, Daytona or something. And there is the green flag. We are on our way here at Talladega. Nick Sargent in the lead. And 2 lines forming right now as we head down into turn number 1.
All right. Clean so far. We got a car going up to the top line there. Don't know what's going on with them. That's going to be the whatever. I don't know who these are anymore.
That's Jeff. Ryan Potter. Same colors as last year or last season. Yeah,
so
he went to the outside. He went to the outside and he just had no help. He's all the way back to 6th now.
Oh, he's dropping even further than that. Yeah, he's back to like 19th now.
Yeah, I don't know what
Nobody's
happened
letting
there.
him
He just had
either.
no help. But
Yeah.
watching some other movers back there, the 22 car of Alex Reno, he had a little bit of help there, and now Potter's going to fall all the way to the back. Matarucci jumps out front with help from the 25 of Dylan Macedo, as that outside lane is very strong right now, heading down into turn 1. Is he going to stay up there? He's going to drop down, and he's going to leave Steinhoff out there by himself. Well, he's not 100% by himself, but he does have some help. But the fastest line right now, the caution flies. Trying to find out
Not
who's
sure
involved.
what that was.
Yeah, we're looking for Connor Skinner. Joel Brown in the 43, showing he was slowing down, but I don't see anybody. 72 of Favignano. And I don't know what caused that one. That could have been that's anybody's guess, honestly.
Yeah, I have like I'm watching it as well in the sim, and I have it's set to focus on crashes, so it should be popping up with crashes happening, and I didn't see anything.
No, I didn't see anything either. I don't know if that was a fluke or somebody got into a wall or race control decided, hey, we want to throw the caution. It's, it's up to them.
That was not a
But that one is so loud. Oof. Keeping us on our toes there with these cameras tonight, and we do apologize for that. We'll have it squared away for you by next time.
I kind of like how loud it is sometimes. Makes it more immersive.
Well, yeah, on our Crank It Up cameras, we're going to do
Yeah.
when we get a chance to do it. But that's the question. When are we going to get to run those? Because we don't want to miss out on the racing action. And we want some longer green flag runs here because, man, at a track like Talladega, it takes so long to get around. And you don't want to. Have to wait for it. But here we are, under caution right now as it stands. Matt Rucci jumped out there and had help from Dylan Macedo on the outside lane. They were able to drop down in front of Sargent that started the race in the pole. And they will hold on to the position for now. That one is very low. Oh, I couldn't get to it in time.
Just see from chat here, Jeff. Number 8 car apparently was involved. Tyler Thomas.
Tyler Thomas, one of the rookies here tonight.
I'm trying to rewind to see what happened.
Let me know if it's worth mentioning because he's not on the track for me at all. Well, there is his car. We see it now.
I think my man might be having some connection issues. And that's
that might be the problem there.
Not even rewinding in the sim, and you can't.
We have guys coming down pit road. What's going on here? I got everything screwed up right now.
That's Aaron Beaver, I want to say, coming down as well. He might have got caught up in that wreck.
I'm not sure what that one was about, honestly, because my timing screen just went absolutely crazy there when people were hitting pit road. I don't think that helped anything.
There are so many people on track. There's 35 people with all new paint schemes and new people. I'm just going to go the yellow car is passing the green car because I don't know any of these names.
All these guys that are out front right now in the top 10, 15. Yeah, you know them all. The 25 is the new.
I still don't recognize their cars.
Matt Rucci's got the same style, but he has that gray on the back there. That was silver. That looks really, really nice. I like it a lot. Ryan Steinhoff, you can't forget that. The purple in the lime green, but he's actually made it work. I think the car looks really good this season compared to the one we saw last season.
The Barney Mobile.
The Barney
Chuck's
Mobile.
running the Carhartt High Vis.
Yep.
It's a good call.
I think it is, and I really like that color. I love bright cars like that because it says, hey, here I am,
Good.
There we go. I found that one. That was one of the cameras I was looking for. That was way too loud. So we're getting that one there. For those of you that are showing up, if you see the Favignano name, that is not myself. That is my dad, Stephen Favignano, out there on track right now, which is the same name as my brother.
Oh, really?
Yep.
Is he a junior?
He is not, because I got my dad's middle name and my brother got a different middle name, so he wouldn't be a junior.
Ah.
It wouldn't be called a juniors.
Junior.
Yeah. So that 72 car back there is my dad, and we'll show you the car right about now. If I can find it. There it is right there. The 72 Navy car. As my dad was in the Navy. Was a submariner. Worked in sonar and was in the Navy for a lot of years there. And that 72 awesome car. All right. Well, the Pace truck has its lights out. We're seeing a lot of connection issues. I don't know what's going on here tonight, but man, come on, iRacing. Get these servers together. Because we got the lights out on the Pace truck, and we're going to be green flag racing next time by. We're 2x2 all the way back. You can see right there, Cypher 2828 there on the back of his car. I believe that driver is live right now on twitch.tv. If you go check it out, you can see his onboard camera. I choose to not run those.
You type in OCRP on Twitch in the search box. Most of those channels will be brought up, so you can see a lot of different drivers' POVs there.
Exactly.
Be sure to do that.
Okay. Well, we've only made it 5 laps around here. We'll be restarting on lap 6 of 60, so a lot of racing to go. And a lot of drivers out here on the track that are ready to start making some moves to get up to the front because, well, you want to be towards the front so you're not caught up in any big wrecks that happen in the middle to the back of the pack. But sometimes we've seen in plate racing that a lot of the wrecks can happen in the first 3 positions, and then you have the big one. It takes out everybody, and you just can't have any ARCA brakes here tonight. You got to be on your game. You got to slow that car down, wait for the caution to fly. Don't cold trickle it and push it through the middle. We've seen that so many times in the past, and it gets you nowhere, especially on these plates.
Yeah, it's one of those things where you don't want to brake too hard because you're scared of what's going to happen behind you, but you also got to slow down, man. Those wrecks, slow down.
And we are just about to watch. The Pace truck is down and away. And we are going to be going green flag racing once again here at Talladega. And Matt Rucci Bot, going to be the car, not a truck. The car that will be starting everyone out. And it looks like he's hitting the gas already. Or he was starting to a little bit there and dropped out. But we're back green flag racing at Talladega.
Rucci with the control there, and he's going to keep his lead as they get into turn. That camera looks so good. He's going to have some nice help there by, who's that? Is that Macedo? No, excuse me, that's Nick Sargent in the Gobstopper.
Yeah, that is Nick Sargent in the 48 car.
Yeah.
And on the outside, we have Macedo with help from Ben Tuttle. And they're by themselves in a tandem, but they're holding their own. If they could get more to the left, they could side draft a little bit and move those cars forward, but it's still so early in the race, it's really not, they're not ready for that.
They just need another half a lap or so, but they have another car, a very good driver, Brandon Osborne. Back, you know him from the last league, or from the last season. He's back on the track in that 80 car, and he's going to be giving them some help. And just like that, Kyle Carpenter behind them in that 77 car is going to quickly try and rejoin the top line. So they got help now, Jeff. Now we got a nice 2x2 race in here.
And we are on board with the 80 car of Brandon Osborne. You can see just how tight everything is when you're right back here trying to make your decisions at 180 miles an hour, actually. 189, 190 miles an hour in the actual draft here. And it's pretty crazy. Now back behind him, you can see there's Kyle Carpenter in the 77. Everybody just all together here.
Pretty sure that's not a Trans Am. That's false advertising.
Big time false advertisement. There's another loud one there. See
that
things
car
getting
got
squirrely.
A little loose there, almost put into the wall. That mint-colored car. I don't know who that was. Oh, but we got some trouble here. The 25 car of Dylan Macedo is dropping back, Jeff.
Yeah, I think it's just a matter of the problem. Jeez, that camera gets us every time. Yeah. The 25, he just has no help right now, and he's falling back like a rock with no help at all, and he's not going to be able to do anything until he tucks in behind the 4 car of Robert Kellert. For some reason, Robert Kellert, his car is not showing up for me. It's showing a default scheme.
Car below the yellow line there, that's Austin Johnson, 21 car, and he is getting out of dodge there. I don't know what happened with him. He's falling back.
It's possible that he just didn't like what he saw there and wanted to hop out of it as soon as possible. I'm ready for this one. This next time these cars go by this camera, I've got to be on it. It blows my eardrums off every time, and if it's blowing mine off, I know it's hitting your guys's as well. So we're gonna try to be fast on this one whenever it happens, if it changes to that one. And this time it won't, of course. Why would it? And look at the 80 car of Brandon Osborne pushing on the back of the 16. Here comes Rucci pushing back on Sargent. We're looking at all the cars happening back there, but Sargent took the lead there, and now it comes down to Rucci. And here comes the 59 of Steinhoff, and he's going to give a shot to the back of the 48 to try to keep them side by side.
The issue I heard that they were having the Monday night race was cars getting too good of runs and catching up so fast behind the car in front of them that they were bumper racing, and they were hitting the draft a little too hard. So everyone's just making sure to get out of the throttle when they can, and they have that really nice draft. But I'm loving this racing so far, Jeff. This has been some nice plate racing here.
Oh, absolutely. And you as a driver that have driven these cars, know that it comes down to the finesse of when you get to somebody's bumper. You can't just slam it in there full speed. You're going to wreck the guy in front of you. You have to be real easy on the throttle to get on the back of the bumper there and push them like that. And we're seeing them doing pretty much that right now, but the 59, not so much. He didn't take that memo. He is pushing on the back of that 48.
That's a hell of a push, though, as long as he gets out of it in the corner here, which he does. Nice job there by Steinhoff. Nice push to keep that bottom line working. And yeah, so like the guys in the front of the lines there, they're full throttle, like they're pinned, and it's everybody else is feathering the throttles behind them, and it's just, you got to be real gentle and delicate on it. Everyone just thinks, from a layman's perspective, that everyone's just full throttle, like that's it. No, you got to be real careful when you're drafting this closely.
100%, and it hasn't really changed right now. And since everybody seems to be side by side and kind of taking it easy for now, let's go ahead and do our first crank it up of the season.
Oh, crank it up!
Just wow. That's all you can really say.
That's so good. Those cameras are so good.
Yeah, they look really, really, really good. And right now, riding on board with Ryan Steinhoff here. He is in the third position right now as he's going to take that position away from Ben Tuttle into 16. And let's talk about Ben Tuttle, a driver that we've seen in previous seasons. Here he is once again, and I think he's doing a really fantastic job of maintaining that track position and really helping that top lane. But another driver to watch that made huge moves the last few laps is that 80 car of Brandon Osborne. But behind him, look at Brandon Buggs in the 81. He is all the way up into the top 10 right now as they are fighting side by side. Still nobody choosing to run around here in a single file line. And I'll tell you what, I respect that. I'm liking that a lot.
Well, I'm for it. It's an awesome racing. Nobody going up to the top line there. And not wanting to go 3 wide. Anybody that goes up there is getting left in the dust. But good job by all these drivers keeping it clean. Lap number, what are we on? 14 here? Looks like.
And that is the 91 that is stuck on the outside. No help at all. That's Robert Webb. He's going to lose a bunch of positions here. He cannot get in behind Beaver because he's got another car there. Yep, on the outside, just falling all the way back, and you can just see how important the draft is here at a track like this, and there's just nothing you could do. You've been that driver before. You're like, hey, I didn't make a, aggressive enough move on that, and here we are right now having to deal with it, and that's exactly what we're seeing right here.
Happening to the 77 car as well there. He's dropping back. That's going to be Kyle Carpenter. I'm noticing, Jeff, that as these drivers are starting to get a little more comfortable, I'm seeing a lot more side drafting happening now. You're going to see cars starting to weave and try and dump some air on those cars down below. It's trying to get any advantage they can to get some momentum.
Oh, and the routine gets turned around. Huge crash. Bugs involved. More cars involved. Looks like Robert Webb's going to get a shot there. Lots of damage. West's going to get in the brakes, and he will not be a part of that at all. And we're going to find out what happened. But, man, that could have been just a matter of too much pushing happening there this early on in the race. And that's a lot of cars involved in this one.
Dude, there's too many to count.
Yeah, we're going to see if we get a different camera view here off of this, too. So, watching it back, we're going to find out what exactly just happened here, because that was not good. Looks like we had Steinhoff pushing there just a little bit.
Yep. Steinhoff pushed on his quarter and spun him. Yeah,
I'm trying to get this replay system to work correctly, and it doesn't want to. I'm trying to get my bearings on the slow-mo.
Right here.
Yeah, right here. Looks like he's pushing on the 28 right there and just hooks him. There's just not a lot you can do when you're in that position, unfortunately. We've seen that happen so many times. There he is right there. Just spins him.
That was Steinhoff's fault. If you're gonna push on the guy in front of you, you got to do it dead center in the bumper, or don't push. And he pushed right on his right rear quarter. You can't see it from this camera angle as well, but he's on his right rear. Like, he basically did a pit maneuver on him.
Right. I'm trying to find his onboard so we can get a bit, this thing is being real stupid. There we go. Got it. And now we can ride on board here with Steinhoff, what he saw during this. And here he is just on the back bumper, giving a shot there. The 20, you get to the right, you give him another shot there, and that's all it takes right there. And he jumped out. He didn't get anything out of that either. I know he did not mean to. He jumped out of the throttle immediately. That's not what you want to see. No, not even close. Man, just unfortunate for that. I'm trying to find out what my stupid. Wait.
You gotta get out. Like, he was so close to his bumper there, and you gotta feather the throttle and get out of it sooner.
Man, Charles Gray.
Not his fault. That
was a hard hit for that 87 car of Charles Gray as well. And we're going to try to keep all this together. Yeah, I'm having a problem because a lot of these guys are grayed out. I cannot get my slow-mo to work, unfortunately. There it goes. Now we got it. Yeah, here's the 87 of Charles Gray. Locking it up a little too late. The 6 car sideways there. And there's Steinhoff on the left side there. But look at this hit. The 87 right to the inside. That's going to be a lot of damage to that car. There's no way. Look at the left front. Completely separated and hanging on by those ropes. There's no way anybody's going to be able to fix these cars and get them back out there without using a fast repair. And you only get one of those this season. So this is going to change up everything. The 81 involved, the 4 of Robert Kellert, the 25 of Dylan Macedo, the 80 of Brandon Osborne with damage, the 48 of Nick Sargent. So many cars are out already in the race. You hate to see it.
Pit road was very active this release, and there's a lot of after pairs going on there, and luckily those guys will get some new tires, so I guess there's a benefit out of there. We get some fresh tires.
We're trying to find out what's going on here. I'm telling you what, I don't know what's going on, but iRacing's having issues right now with their servers, and it is just throwing my timing screens for loops for days. But right now, the car that is scored in the top position is the 13 of Jeff Spells. Made it through that, and that's what it comes down to here to win a race at Talladega. Is patience, 1, but 2, you got to be lucky. You got to be the car that doesn't have to worry about coming down pit road and using a fast repair, keeping the nose clean. And we're seeing a lot of guys that were smart in that crash and they're up there towards the front right now. One of those drivers being Stefan Benende in the 73. The Facebook dad that we know and love. Some other drivers that were involved and unfortunately are going to have to sit out there a little bit. But another one that really worked in its favor, in their favor, is my dad in the 72 car. He jumped up to P14 out of that. So
get up there, buddy.
When you're in the back, you know, and you slow down enough for those cars, like, I don't see any damage to that car. These guys are looking good, and that's good track position for them. Ryan, what I'm gonna have you do is try to leave and come back in the audio, because your audio is like absolutely garbled. I don't know what's going on with that. All right, lights are off on the pace truck. Things have been shaken up by a crash that we just saw happen when Ryan Steinhoff in the 59 turned the leader of the 28 Arucci, was pushing too hard there and got to that right rear quarter panel and spun him around, and a lot of cars involved in that crash. It has shaken the field up completely. Now, these drivers get one fast repair, and they elected to come down on pit road and get that fixed. And a lot of guys that didn't get involved in any of the crash are out front right now. So the whole field has pretty much been inverted. It's right around where the 80 car of Brandon Osborne's, where you see the change right there around P8.
How's this sound?
Much better. Much better.
Okay.
I think we were having some Discord issues probably.
I restarted my Go XLR too, so that might have helped.
Yeah. Yeah, it was just garbly, and I like couldn't, you're starting to cut out. It's like, I don't know what's going on with this. But you're good now. Kosher. Lap 18 will be restarting here on lap 19 out of 60. And what I was just talking about is, Ryan, everything's changed up now. Now we have the guys that were in the back towards the front, and some guys that were in the front already are continuing to stay out front, like the 16 of Ben Tuttle.
Ben Tuttle was the winner of that wreck. He was able to get clear. And it's pretty interesting. We're going to see a lot of movement in the back of the field, and there's a lot of fast drivers back there, and they're itching to get back up to the front. So it's going to be an interesting restart, to say the least, and a first few laps off of it as those drivers try to make their way back to the front.
Somebody who really, really won out of this one, it's going to be the 13 of Jeff Spells. That's great track position for that team, and they are up there going to be restarting this race. Everybody side by side, kind of seeing some cars lagging back there like the 73. You do not want to really be the car to do that, because you can stack that whole field up there waiting for that green flag, and the green flag does fly once again. We're back. Green flag racing at Talladega.
Jeffrey Spells and Ben Tuttle lead the way on lap 19.
We got a car all the way on the apron back there. Is that I think it was Charles Gray that was all the way down on the apron. Not sure what that was about. But they figured it out. Whoa, what a move that was by the 80 car of Osborne. He jumped from the bottom all the way to the top to get the push from Spells, the other Spells brother, in the 6 car. And now you're seeing Gage Bookman trying to hold that wheel together as the 80 car is pushing on the back of him.
Also, a very nice move there by Joel Brown 5. He was pushing on the back of Ben Tuttle, and then he quickly saw an opportunity to jump to that bottom line, and he is now the leader of this race. Good job there, Joel.
Man, it's hard to watch all the action that we're seeing here on the track right now, but man, what incredible plate racing we're seeing out here up front with these guys. Joel Brown now leading, like Ryan just said there, the 16 of Tuttle trying to maintain the outside lane, and he does have some strong cars in that line.
Ryan Steinhoff, the 59 car, is moving his way back up to the front. Good to see that. He is now in P21 as he makes his way through the field. But they got a nice lead here, Jeff, at the front there, as you're seeing there. But who's that? The 28 car, Matt Rucci. He's fallen to the back.
Yeah, I was watching there. That was Matt Rucci that was involved in that crash whenever Steinhoff turned him. So I was trying to get back there to where those guys are. So anybody who was a Matt Rucci fan was wondering what was going on with him. Well, he just got past my Favignano there, and he still continued to move forward. But now you have those two cars back there working together, and that is, well, believe it or not, you got Matt Rucci, and then you have Robert Keller. They're trying to get something together, but back out front, we can't miss out on the action. There's a pink car on the bottom, and they're going to let everybody go by. well out of the way. The 46 now is one to watch here. That's Connor Skinner, one of the rookies. He's pushing his way now towards the front, and he does have help from Ben Tuttle back there. Look at Brandon Osborne with Aaron Beaver starting the third lane.
All right. Get her going, guys.
And Connor Skinner made a great move right there. Dropped down in front of the 43 of Brown, and he will take the lead away. That was great control. However, he did jump out on the 16, and I think the 16 is definitely going to remember that one for later, as he did leave him with nobody, and Spells jumped up there to help with the draft. And now it comes down to the 7 car, but they got to get organized back here, because now you have the 43 of Brown and the 46 of Skinner doing a tandem. Oh, it's getting dicey.
Spells. Oh, Jeffrey Spells got out of line there, and the car behind him did not know what to do. I believe that's going to be Ben Tuttle, but thank goodness we didn't see another wreck there. That was a little sketchy.
We're on board with Jeff Spells right now, as he's in the 8th position, and that is Gage Bookman right there, about to push on the back of his car. And keep him moving forward, but out front, they got a little bit of a tandem happening between the 43 and the 46. They can't be beat, and I don't know what's going on here with the 7, but they've got to figure it out and get into a line quick. There they go. He was on the outside battling side by side. That's not going to help you do anything. And now we see everybody starting to get into a single file lane.
Yeah, Joel Brown was doing such a good job pushing Connor Skinner there that they made that bottom line so far ahead of that outside line that everyone's kind of falling in single file. It's a nice job there by Joel Brown. Excellent racing.
We're watching right now. That's the 81 of Brandon Buggs, moves to the bottom there. And he's going to make a move to the outside in front of Spells and utilizing the back draft. He might have to side draft Kyle Cleveland here in the 11, but he's going to try to get to the 8 car in time, and that is Thomas. And he's going to try to help out. A lot of damage to the back of that 8 car. But everybody seems to be kind of putting everything on the bottom lane right now, because that is the fastest one right now. The 7 car really holding up that outside lane.
Yeah, this bottom lane's just working too well. And they can't get anything going on the outside lane, especially when cars like that are going to the 3rd lane. It's not helping anybody.
Yeah, I'm not sure about that one. Tyler Thomas getting the worst of that, and he was to the outside and got into the wall. And that was sparks coming off the right side of that car. And a lot of damage to that 22 car of Alex Reno. You know, unloading here at the track with high hopes. Started 13th, and right now he's running right there in P18 with a lot of damage in the front of that car. Maybe he was one of the drivers that decided, hey, you know what? I'm not going to use my fast repair yet. Might need it later on. Another driver we haven't seen a little bit of today is indeed Stefan Benende. He's up in 3rd right now. The Facebook dad himself. Look at this. Started 30th, and he's in 3rd.
Right on, Stefan, in that 73 America Mobile. He's got the America flag on there. And who's that? Is that Osborne going to the outside there, Jeff? I believe it was. And he's going to try and make that outside lane work. He just needs some friends, and he's got them.
Yeah, he's got help there. We're going to be 3 wide.
Pushing them 3 wide.
We're on board there with Benende, and here comes Brandon Osborne right there. He's going to be pushing on the back of Benende as they have formed a 3rd lane on the outside, and those are 3 strong cars. You got Benende, you've got Osborne, and then you have that 7 car as well, all trying to keep it together. Now it came down to 2x2x2, and you got a tandem on the bottom, in the middle, and on top. Ben Tuttle getting the push from Brandon Buggs in the 81 car, and almost gets into the side of Spells in the 6 car, as they are 3 wide still. And I think the 81 wants to bail out of that really quick.
Yeah, I think a lot of people want to bail out of that. That was an aggressive, I don't know if you want to call that side drafting or what, but that was pretty aggressive.
And here comes Brandon Buggs on the outside to help out with the 3rd lane, as they want to get by this. That's 16 of Ben Tuttle all over the place in the middle.
I think they started that 3rd lane for the wreck avoidance, but hey, I think it works. It works. They need some more friends there, though.
Been an up and down day for that 81 car as they started P18. Been up to 7th. They got caught up in that crash. And now they use their fast repair. They're back out once again, but they're in P10 right now. Or now Jeffrey Spells will take that position away, and they'll drop back to P now 13. You see how fast it all changes.
Nice look there at Joel Brown 5's bumper.
And the caution flies.
Caution. Oh, that's going to be barrier bugs. Oh, no. 81.
Yep, he is involved. I'm trying to figure out what happened here. A lot of damage to the front end of that car. And that's unfortunate for them, as they had just started to move forward. And this could be it for that 81 car, as they don't have any more. They're going to try to fix that car. We're going to find out what happened here in just a few moments. That was a weird one there, but it looks like it might have been what we were fearing.
Yeah, it was between him and the 15 car of Andrew Ewing. You see him in the middle. I believe Bugs was trying to get to that middle lane. Unfortunately, Andrew was there and couldn't. He was trying to put a square peg in a round hole. It just didn't fit, and he got spun.
Yeah, that is not good when you're sideways at 180 miles an hour. That's for certain. And there's just nowhere for anybody to go there, as the 19 pushed up the track and got into Benende. Benende getting a little bit of that, and Brandon Osborne slowing way down, blowing it up, trying not to get involved in that crash. The 81 right here, he has it locked up, and it's going right into the outside wall, and that's a hard crash. And that's what did it right there for the back end. I don't know what happened to the front end for it to get ripped off, but it must have happened right here, as the 73 Benende is really trying to slow up. And I think that's exactly what happened right here. The 73 gets into the front end just barely. It might have been a little net code. Nope, he gets into the side of him. And you might be saying, hey, he didn't hit the brakes, No, these guys are they are hitting the brakes as hard as they possibly can. These speeds you're at, you just can't stop in time. Oh, man, and the 80 car, just nowhere to go. It's pancaked on the right side there. We're going to watch this one from the blimp view, see what we saw in there. And that was right there. It looks like it might have been the 81's fault there. They dropped down, and the 15's holding his line. I mean, he's to the top of his middle, but he had nowhere to really go in that situation. And that comes down to possibly an iRacing spotter. And the 81 was out of shape with the 15. There's the shot right there. The 15 gets loose after they make contact. He shoots up the track at speed and just nowhere to go right there. Yeah, everybody's hard on the brakes.
Tried to avoid it. That wasn't 15 at all. I think it might have been a slight overcorrection there by the 81. He got really close to that wall, and I think he tried to do a correction, but he came down just a little too far, and unfortunately that's a cool camera. That was sweet. Unfortunately there's just no room. That's what happens. 3 wide, man. Becomes a pretty small track when you're 3 wide.
Well, this is Talladega. You can run 4 wide here. It just comes down to your trust with other drivers that you're around.
Yeah.
And you saw a lot of guys back there that are just it looked like they were all pretty nervous about that situation. And that was no change up there. But Joel Brown, he's in P5 right now. Connor Skinner, the rookie, this evening is showing everybody what it's all about, as he made an incredible move there towards the end of that last stint there, and he's in a good position right now. You want to be out front, that's for certain. You don't want to be back there, and there's damage on the 11 car of Kyle Cleveland. We'll see if that makes a difference.
I'm seeing your old man in chat there, Jeff. Looks like he had to drop out of the race.
That's unfortunate. Wonder what happened there.
I believe the 81 car is parked for good now. He's in pit lane, unless he's
getting it fixed.
I think he's getting it fixed. I was watching him drive back to pit lane though, and he was crab walking it back. The car was at an angle driving forward. It was not good shape, so I'm surprised he actually made it. Kudos to Bugs for making it back to pit lane without having to tow. But I hate to see it on that Lou Malnati's deep dish, taking a deep crash there.
Yep, that's not what you want to see. Yeah, that kind of like those cars they had the last generation, a couple generations ago, the Twisted Sister car. That's what we saw right there. I mean, the whole chassis was just completely broken, and I don't know if they're going to be able to get back out on track, but that's an unfortunate start to the season. But that's the name of the game. It's Talladega. It's plate racing. You have one fast repair, which is going to really matter. I think it's going to make better racing, especially at mile and a halves and shorter tracks for sure. You're going to make better decisions about what you're doing with your car. But at a track like this, it's unfortunate. not a lot you can do about it.
No, siree. Also, just a little tangent here. If you guys like oval racing, but maybe you also enjoy road racing or GT3s, LMP cars, a lot of these guys, there's 11 of us. We're signed up, or we're preparing to sign up for the 24-hour at Daytona. Not this weekend, but the weekend after next. I believe it's the 21st and 22nd. So if you want to check out some endurance racing, we are going to be trying our best to tackle the 24 hours. So like I said, there's 11 drivers from this league so far, and we're going to be fielding hopefully 2 cars at that. So hope to see you up to that.
Fantastic. And I got to say, some endurance racing, I've done it with you and Bugs before. It's a good time.
It is fun, man. That was when you were with us, man. That was a blast. And you're a hell of a driver, man, doing it during endurance. You did really good stints, because where were we? We were at Watkins Glen, I think.
Yeah, it was Watkins Glen in the LMP2 car.
Yeah, that was fun.
And hearing from my dad, Steve Favignano there, had to drop out because he was having internet connection issues, blinking in and out and problems like that. We saw that kind of early on in practice, but it seemed to be pretty solid for the race. But I gotta say, there's something going on with these iRacing servers, man. They're just getting hammered lately, and we're seeing it all over the place. So I don't think it's just that driver. We're gonna see that from everybody else. That's a lot of damage on the back of that 11 car. This is exactly what the 46 needs right now, but also the 6 car. And I gotta say, we haven't talked about him yet today, but that is the 89 of James Hilton. He's made his way all the way up to P3 right now, and he's got a solid looking car right there.
Good job by James Hilton. He was back down in the low 20s there, so he's made his way up the field. All right, the pace truck is coming on in. Jeff, you got the call for this restart.
It's going to come down to the 46 car of Connor Skinner, the rookie. And he's got damage on the right rear of that car, I'm noticing in some of these shots. We'll see if this matters here towards the end. Green flag is in the air. Is he going to go? Yes, he is. Green flag once again flies here at Talladega. And Kyle Cleveland the outside with the 89 of James Hilton.
Cleveland in that looking good on the outside lane. He's got Hilton behind him as Clint Spells is up there. These Spells brothers out of nowhere, man. Both of them.
And the caution flies.
Oh, man.
That might have been Tyler Thomas in the 8 car. A lot of damage on the nose of that car. I don't know if he was involved in that or not, but I saw red coming from that driver. On the timing screen, we're going to try to find out.
Charles Gray as well.
Charles Gray involved?
Oh, no. Sorry, that's going to be the 7 car.
Oh, Mason Pepper involved.
Mason Pepper.
Yeah, see, he disappeared for me, so that's why I didn't see it. Here's what happened right back here. We're about to see. And that one is a little screwy. Sorry about that. But the focus... Trying to get a focus here on that back there. There we go. Now we can see what happened. Yeah, Charles Gray looks like he's involved right there with that driver in this view.
I think this was a connection issue because he was dropping and then he went right into the wall. And the cars behind him were driving right through him.
Okay. Yeah, that's unfortunate. Let's back this up and do a different camera view. We can see what happened. So right here, you have the 7 of Pepper. Yeah, he completely just blinked out. Now, This is sim racing, so you have connection issues like this. And look at this. It's trying to find out where the car is located. There's nothing the 87 of Charles Gray can do. And he can't even hit the brakes fast enough for something like that. That's just unfortunate right there. That's net code. That's sim racing 100% right there. And Mason Pepper, one of the rookies, had a lot of speed there in practice. Will not be able to get it done here at Talladega tonight. So now it comes down to Connor Skinner. Where is he at? Well, he's out front. That's where you want to be. And the laps are starting to wind down. Nobody coming down pit road. Everybody's going to stay out. So right now we can see the top 5. You got Skinner, Spells, Brown, Cleveland, and Hilton. Now he's going to do the fake, I'm pretty sure here. I don't think he's going to come down pit road. No, he's going to come down pit road. All by himself, Skinner is. I'm not sure what this one is, but they're making the decision here, not us. So we'll see where this is going to put him. I think he needs something. I think he wants to get that right rear fixed.
Might be, yeah. And you know what? He hasn't come down for tires yet at all this race, so he might be getting some new tires here.
Yeah, and you wouldn't think that a track like this needs tires, but it absolutely does, because if you don't have enough grip, the car gets really tight, and it's hard to hold that, especially with the damage we see on the right rear there, which they are beaten out right now, and it should help out tremendously. And he's going to sit on pit road and get the rest of that fixed, it looks like. And there he goes. Now he's going to start running down pit road here. We'll see if anybody else gets out front. Doesn't look like that's going to happen, but he's going to give up the position to Joel Brown. Or sorry, Clint Spells, I believe. He's going to be our leader now. And it is indeed the 6 car of Clint Spells. And what a great job that driver has done today, you know, keeping his nose clean. And that's what it's all about. That's how you win a race here at Talladega. You got to be there at the end.
Absolutely. Yep. Skinner did get some fresh tires there. Those were his first set of tires he was on, where I'm showing a lot of drivers, because of fast repairs and wrecks, were on fresher rubber. So he's got brand new set of tires, which should last him for the rest of the race. So I don't think that's the last we'll be seeing of Mr. Skinner there.
Not at all. And it's not going to take much. You know, you have fresh tires, even at a track like Talladega, you're going to see some moves being made by that driver back there, and it's going to be fun to watch. Lap 33 will be 34 next time by here. We're still 2 laps away from going back green flag racing as we are on board looking at the back of Clint Spells. And we're going to take a small break. We'll be right back here at Talladega to finish out the season opener. Stay tuned. We'll be right back. All right, before we get back underway here, I think we could talk to Connor there. I think he is available for a chat. Would love to hear what he has to say, as we are there in turn 2 right now. We could probably get them in here.
We'll bring him up. Hey, Connor, it's Ryan and Jeff in the booth. Do you copy us?
I sure got you, my guys. How are you?
Doing well, doing well. Jeff's got a couple questions for you. Take it away, Jeff.
Awesome. I am ready for you, my friend.
Fantastic. Great job here tonight as a rookie in this series, and showing a lot of speed here. What made you make that decision? I know it had to be a really hard decision to come down pit road and get tires.
You know, I decided I'm going to play the long game this time. I've already rolled the dice enough this race, and we're going to get these tires. We got those tires on there, and we got some fuel, and we'll be racing this car till the end of the race and until she breaks. So we made that decision, made that call just because I feel like it's going to get interesting in the next 30 or just under 30 laps.
Fantastic. Well, it's been an absolute pleasure to have you here in the series, and also a lot of fun to watch you race tonight. Good luck out there, and try to get it done for us.
I will. I appreciate it, you guys, and you guys just keep the booth for me.
You got it. All right, Ryan. Well, we are going to be restarting here on lap number 35, as we are going to be past the halfway by 5 laps. So now it comes down to 25 laps to get it done, and like you said, they're just running out of time.
Yeah, you're gonna see. I mean, if they weren't patient before, you're gonna see some impatient drivers in the next few laps here. People are gonna realize that time's ticking away. It's time to make a move, and hopefully the old saying "caution breeds cautions" isn't true. But we're green. Shut up, Ryan. We're green. They're going green.
You're good. I'm just waiting for this camera. It keeps jumping to on these restarts, and I'm ready for the microphone to go down finally, so it doesn't blow my eardrums off. There it is. I got it. No! Damn it. I didn't get it in time. We tried. We definitely tried. Okay, back to everything.
It's not that bad.
It's a little loud. Clint Spell's out front right now. Look at these 4 cars looking really strong. You got Spells, you got Joel Brown, Kyle Cleveland, Kyle Carpenter all in a line, and James Hilton no help out on the outside lane, and looks like more drivers like Bookman's going to jump on the bottom.
James Hilton needs a friend, but he's got, is that, who's that, Ben Tuttle behind him?
Yeah, that's Ben Tuttle back there. They just don't have enough help as it is right now. A lot of guys kind of just staying there on the bottom, and they don't want to move, and I don't blame them. There's nowhere to go right now. This is the time in the race where you want to ride for the next 20 laps.
That's right. You don't want to crash car, especially with only one faster pair. A lot of these guys from that earlier wreck in beginning of this race have used their first faster pair, so first and last faster pair. So it is tight bubble here at Talladega for these guys.
Absolutely. Clint Spell's doing a good job holding off Joel Brown, and Joel Brown being patient here and being smart. We've seen, Matt Rucci get turned by Steinhoff from a pushing incident, and we're seeing the 43 being way more reserved when it comes to that, and that's what you want to see. This is the time where you want to just start making small moves to get to the front. You don't want to be making big ones right now, and we're watching back there as things are starting to heat up a little, right around the 86 of Lance here, and the 4 of Robert Kellert, as they're trying to figure it out.
If Steinhoff and Spells there on the outside, oh, we got a little lane there. Steinhoff and Spells on the outside, if they can make their way up to the front 2 there to get this outside line working. And I'm surprised cars like the 60 there and the 25 aren't going to jump up to try and get ahead of these guys. So hopefully they can get a run. Nice push there by Jeff.
Yeah, that was a good push right there, and it's going to help that line up quite a bit. And yeah, you're right. The 60 car, these guys are pretty much playing a reserved game. I think that he's waiting for the 36 to get to him so he can get up to the 25. But if the 1359 can clear him, they can take that position because there's nothing out front as far as the outside lane goes, unless Steinhoff just sticks to his guns and tries to get all the way up there too. I believe that car is going to be Leonard Fodorero there in the prime Amazon car, the 67 car. Yes.
I was just going to say, it looks like that orange car popped out to help up.
No, they get me every time.
That's good. So that's Fodorero. I'm learning these cars as we go here. This is first race.
Yes, and Fodorero is a driver that we've seen nothing but great things out of last season, and here he is once again proving that, starting P16, and he's up to 4th right now, 5th right now, and it's getting tight. Time is running out, and things are starting to heat up a little bit, and here comes the 59 of Steinhoff. He finally got to the back bumper of the 67. Now the outside lane's really starting to happen.
Well, I tell you, it was just a matter of time before that top line got together. Just needed 1 or 2 more cars to jump out. And my wish is my command, or whatever the saying is, because that happened. And now we got ourselves some 2. Oh! Crazy side draft in there by Tuttle on the 43 and Joel Brown 5. There might be some contact there, Jeff.
Yeah, I was watching the 16 in and out of his lane right there, and there's trouble behind him. And that's going to be Connor. He's around. Connor Skinner involved.
Oh, no.
But he's able to get it slowed down. It doesn't look like he got a lot of damage on that car, but we're going to find out what just happened. Yellow flag flying here. It was a matter of time right there, man. They were getting aggressive with the side drafts, and we just saw cars swimming all over the place. So let's see what happened right here. It's anybody's guess. It's like, so here's Connor here right in the center of your screen. Here's the 77 of Carpenter moving up. And the contact is made right there with Donovan, it looks like. That's the 32 car. And they get in there, and Beaver nowhere to go in that. Dylan Macedo gets in the brakes. And, yeah, it looks like the 46 might have some nose damage out of that. It's really hard to say. We're going to look at the other views, but yeah.
I'm watching from another camera angle, and what happened there was the 46 was trying to push into the middle there of the 32 car. 32 car got the call that they were 3 wide a little too late and came down on him. You'll see him there. So you watch the red car in the middle here. He sees a gap because he sees that car on the outside give him that opening. He tries to make a move, push him, and you're going to see that black car on the outside come right back down, not knowing that Skinner is pushing that middle line.
And that's a matter of just, you know, the spotting and also the closing of the gap between him and Spells right there.
Yeah.
Not a lot. I mean, that's just a judgment call you got to make there. And it looks like he tried to dive down a little too late.
So here he comes right now. There he comes. And then he's just going to basically take the nose off of Skinner and send him for a ride.
Yep, there's the contact right there. And you see all three cars. And the 22 Alex Reno used his fast repair right there and gets involved. Damage to the right rear of that car. Not a lot you could do there. Just hold on to it. He gets in the wall. Oh, no, Reno got in a lot more trouble after that. Yeah, that's a lot more damage to the back of that car. Let's see what happened on the aftermath over here. They get into each other. 3. And the 26 just, I mean, what is that? No brakes at all. Cole trickles it 100% right around
that's bad.
the 32. Around the 87 of Charles Gray back here. Look at that. No brakes.
Oh, yeah, he's trying to power through it. He's trying to drive through it.
Power through it, and it goes right in the 36 and the 22. That was not a good look there for that driver. Yeah, it's plate racing, though, man. Unfortunately. But I'll tell you what, who is really happy to see this caution, that's got to be that 6 car to be like, you know what, okay, things were getting crazy right there. We can restack. Who wants to win this race more than this 6 car right now? Everybody, of course, but for the 6 car to get a win here tonight, man, that would be just absolutely incredible.
I'd be pretty hyped, not gonna lie. I'd be very hyped if the 6 comes out. I don't want to, I'm knocking on wood, though. I'm knocking on wood. We're not gonna do that. I'd be hyped for most of these guys to win, to be honest. So many new faces, and it's refreshing to see different names up here at the front, for sure.
Oh, 100%. And that is indeed Clint Spells right there in the top position, and that's where you want to be when you are here at Talladega. You don't want to be in the middle. You don't want to be in the back. Well, I mean, the back is better than the middle, honestly. But we're seeing a lot of the aggression really coming out of the front of the pack, more so than the middle. Oh, man. It's going to be a dicey one to the end, I'm telling you what.
we still got a good chunk of racing left.
Yeah, we do.
We got 19 laps, 18 laps after this caution.
You got a lot of hungry drivers back there. You got the 89 of James Hilton. You got Joel Brown. You got Ben Tuttle. You got the 67 of Fodderero. He knows how to close these things out. Kyle Cleveland in the 11. 59 of Steinhoff right there, and the 77 as well. There's a lot that can happen here. But it's been, you know, a battle of the rookies to start with. And then now we're seeing some of the veterans really starting to pull it out. But here's the 80 car. Brandon Osborne. He's running P11 right now, and I think what his strategy right now is to ride in the middle.
Yeah, absolutely.
And that's exactly what we're seeing here. I mean, if anybody knows how to get it done, it's definitely this 80 car. And that is a smart move to do. To be like, hey, I'm just going to keep gaps between me and Lance there in the 86 car, and that's what he's been doing. And just keep the nose clean, because you don't have any more fast repairs. There's no reason to push anything that doesn't need to be pushed. And we're seeing some good moves back there, because it's getting dicey up front. And if I'm in the middle of the pack, I'm pretty concerned about that.
You know, their stream, I was telling Jeff earlier, I love like Dega and Daytona and these super speedways as a viewer and as a broadcaster, because it's exciting. Like, it's incredibly exciting racing. I can't stand driving these tracks, because you could be doing your best racing, just doing everything by the book. You're feeling it, and then just out of your control, you get taken out. And it's literally a coin toss on if you can make it through wrecks and stuff. So I hate driving these tracks. I don't know about you. It's just, it doesn't really, I'm not gonna say it doesn't require skill to win. It does, but it's also, man, luck comes into play so much with these big tracks.
Oh, it really does. And I tell you what, I've had so many times where I've been upset about it. And, you know, you kind of learn to take the good with the bad. You know, going into this, it's a crapshoot. You try to have fun with it, and all is well.
Yeah, you basically just got to treat these races like iRacing's Carb Cup, where it's like, it's going to be a shit show. You know what? You know it's going to be a shit show before going into it. You just got to prepare yourself that, you know, if I come out of this race alive, I did good.
No, absolutely. And that's what we've been seeing out of these drivers tonight. It's going to be fun to watch the outside lane. The problem I see here with the outside lane is that 11 car of Cleveland with all that damage on the back. I don't know how aerodynamically sound that car is going to be to help on the outside lane. And I know that the driver on the bottom doesn't want him to come down there because that's going to hurt their chances. But you watch the 67 of Favignano on this restart. It's going to be interesting.
That's Favignano on the outside lane and about 3 cars back. Jeff's talking about, sorry, 4 cars back. Oh no, inside lane, 3 cars back. Excuse me.
Yeah,
there he is.
Yeah, he knows how to get it done, and we're about to see some great moves out of that 67 car and the bottom lane in general. And it looks like the 80 cars can start in the bottom as well back there behind the 13 of Spells. A little bit of a shot there. 11 to Tuttle.
Steinhoff either. Steinhoff is in the mix.
Green flag in the air once again. Here we go. Gonna come down to this. And the 6 of Spells got a great jump right out of the gate there. And the 89 did not get a good restart and has no help behind him. He's gonna fall back to the 16 if he can't get any help anytime soon.
That 15 car of Andrew Ewing is going to try his best to make it up to the front of the field there with the 3 cars on the outside. But those 3 cars on the outside don't have enough people, and they're quickly going to fall as that inside lane has just a nice drain there. Nice draft going on. And Joel Brown 5, how about this pushing from Joel Brown 5 all night?
This has been fantastic.
Fantastic racer.
Yeah, he's been doing a really good job, and he's being really patient with his pushing right now, which you have to be. You don't want these cars getting squirrely and sideways that we have seen before. Nobody wins if you're pushing too hard and being aggressive about that. But we saw the 11 car of Kyle Cleveland drop down in front of the 59 of Steinhoff, and that seems to be a pretty good position for him. It's not really hurting him too much. However, we're seeing the 67 lagging back a little bit to Joel Brown, but I think he's doing that on purpose. He doesn't want to crowd that position. You see those cars swimming back and forth. It looks like everybody can't hold a line. It's not so much that, it's the air being pushed around between the cars. It's really hard to hold a middle line whenever everybody's this tight together.
That's right. And there's the man we were talking about before, number 80 car of Osborne. He's sitting comfortably there on the outside lane.
That's where you want to be. Man, Ben Tuttle really made a big move there on the wheel. I don't like what I'm seeing on that outside lane. He's got to really, really slow it down. He's going to get shuffled here to the outside. Nope, he's going to stay right there in that position. But he is in and out.
Yeah, good patience there by the driver behind him, which is, sorry, that is the 77 of...
And 77 is Kyle Carpenter. He's one of the rookies.
Kyle Carpenter, yeah. Great patience there by Carpenter. Just be like, yeah, this guy's a little squirrely. I'm not going to push him to the outside because he's probably just going to come back to the middle, like right here.
Yeah, and the 89 there of Hilton almost had the lead if Tuttle could have held his line right there, but he's all over the place in the back of the bumper. The 89, he could not get that pass completed. He almost had the lead.
Yeah, he is ruining the chances for this outside lane right now by keeping jumping out. Granted, he doesn't want to run the driver over in front of him. I know why he's doing it, but man, it's a little sketchy, man. Well, you don't follow behind these guys that do that, Jeff. You're just like, what is this guy doing?
And
like,
sometimes
you just hold the wheel, man.
It could be nerves. It could, it's a matter of the nerves. It's a matter of the wind getting pushed around. I just really am concerned about seeing that. Here's the 43 pushing on the back of the 6 ever so slightly. That is just a really good move right there by the 43. But with the 16 moving in and out like that, man, it's so nerve-wracking to watch.
The other thing is Carpenter can't keep moving in and out like that. Carpenter can't give him a push. So you lose a lot of momentum by what's going on there. But
yeah.
Hopefully, Tuttle can just hang on to that wheel, buddy. Come on, keep it straight.
Yeah, and I'm really concerned about the 16 right now because if he's pushing on the back of the 89 that hard doing that, that's going to wreck him on the outside.
Yeah, what we saw with Steinhoff earlier, where if you're not pushing directly in the middle of that car, you're going to pit him.
And now James Hilton making that decision to try to get to the bottom lane, but there was not a gap. And Favignano is inside. Look at the side drafting happening here between Tuttle and Joel Brown. And looks like Webb's going to jump out and go, nope, I don't want to be part of this anymore. And now they're going to be in a 3-wide position, but they have no help out there. So I don't think they're going to get anything done out of that. But, man, this is exactly what the 6 of Spells wants to see right now.
Either way, credit where credit's due. They're holding it together. Just for how long is the question. And Jason Lansbury, he's going to be able to catch up here on that bottom line to Osborne. That's a great shot there. That's a great shot.
Yeah, look at here at the blimp view.
See the movement of the cars back and forth.
Yeah, and that's just, it looks way worse on, well, it doesn't look as bad as whenever you see this, but these guys are absolutely side drafting each other. They're trying to. And it's really hard to get that FOV unless you're in VR. In sim racing, you can't get that FOV down for side drafting as well as you think you can. And it gets really, really scary. You're like, I don't know if I'm too close. Even though when you look on TV, you had like another half a car length between you.
Yeah, some solid push in there on the bottom line for those drivers. They're doing a really good job to make sure that top line
Here comes another push.
But that top line got people now, Jeff. They got 6 deep, 5
Ooh,
deep.
oh, that was so close. The 13 of Spells jumped down a side draft, and it looked like it was right there on the 11. The 11 gave that room, but man, that could have been disastrous right there. And the outside really trying to make this work. Here comes the 16 to give the push to the 89 for the lead. But will the 89 stay with the 16? Is he going to jump down in front of the 6?
I was Mr. James Hilton. I'm not. I'd be dropping down. He's dropping down.
Yep, and there's the contact. The 16, the 77, the crash in behind. We knew that was coming. It was a matter of time. Osborne involved. Damage to that car. Caution flies. It was a matter of time, man. That 16 got out of line there, and that was it.
I don't know if that was that, Jeff. I'm gonna go back.
Yeah, I'm gonna see.
That might have been. He dropped down to the bottom line there, and he didn't have as much speed as Spells. And I think, I don't know what happened. I'm gonna have to get a good look at it.
It looks like Spells came up and got into Tuttle. Is exactly what happened right here. So Hilton jumps in front and almost gets spun by Spells. Spells gets up into Tuttle.
Yeah.
James Hilton has his hands completely full right here. This is where it gets crazy. Nowhere for Tuttle to go there, but to the wall. It happened so fast, it looked like the 16 jumped out of line, but there was contact 100% between the 6 and the 16. And then you're 4 wide racing right here, and just, everybody's sliding around.
Ooh, I hate to say it. I think there might have been a little net code there between the 6s and who's at the car up front at the time. I think because it looks like he hooked up to his rear bumper, which got Spells loose, and he went up to the, like you see right there, he hooks up onto his bumper, which gets Spells just loose enough to where he goes up into the middle line, and you'll see the 89 car get all out of shape here, as there was definitely contact or net code there. And because of that was not on Tuttle. Tuttle got absolutely sideswiped up into the top of the track there.
Yeah, it's exactly what it looked like, that unfortunate net code thing. I mean, because that was a hell of a move by the 89 right here. He jumps down, and then the 6 just has that push, and that gets him all sorts of out of shape.
It's weird. So I watched the cockpit view of Spells to see from his angle, and he did not look like he was that close for contact. So I think I'm gonna give Spells the benefit of the doubt there and just say, I think it was a bit of a net code.
Yeah, right here on board with the 16 to Tuttle. And there's the contact with the 89 and the Spells in the 6 car. And you can see him moving up the track. Yeah, riding on board with Tuttle, he didn't do anything wrong here. He's holding his line, looking great here. And there's the contact, and that is absolute contact, because there's the push-up on the nose of the car there. It was just...
I could be wrong. Maybe there was.
It was getting aggressive towards the end there.
I just watched it from the cockpit view, and I was like, he didn't look like he was that close to the guy's bumper there.
Yeah.
For contact.
Well, right now, James Hilton is your leader. But now they're going to be side by side. So he'll be on the bottom, and then now the 6 of Clint Spells is going to be on the outside. Here's the difference. Now Joel Brown's not going to be pushing on the 6 anymore. The 67 of Fodorero is now going to be pushing on the 6. So it's going to come down to these 4 drivers on this next restart. Who could possibly win this race? It's heating up.
I don't know.
I don't know. It's getting interesting, that's for certain. Unfortunately, a bunch of drivers did not have a good run today, and one of those drivers was the 88 of Wes Graham. He's still in this thing. P20 right now. He's been trying to keep his nose clean all day long after that first incident. Started in P29, wanted to start the race in the back. I don't think he even took a lap time as far as qualifying went. He's been up to 23rd, but his lowest today is 31st, and, well, he's in 20th right now, so don't count him out. I think they're just going to wait for the craziness in front to start to settle down, because it only takes, 5 laps or so of good decision-making to get yourself in a position to win this race. And more and more cars are dropping out. So, I mean, P20 seems like you're far back there, but you're not really that far back.
This is a battle royale right till the end. Who is the last car standing?
It's going to come down to these guys in the front. And look at the 91, Robert Webb in P5. A good position to be in as well. But a lot of damage to that 67 of Favignano on the nose there from that last incident, and he's got damage on the rear too. So you see the 67 and the 87 of Charles Gray, they both have the same kind of damage happening, and even the 86 of Lance has that damage. I'm not sure if it's just that could be from some of the cars pushing on each other too hard or getting into each other on the wrecks. But one driver that's been keeping it clean is Clint Spells in that 6 car, and what an incredible drive it's been for him.
Yeah, awesome to see him doing so well.
Started in the middle of the pack. Yeah, both Spells brothers keeping it moving forward here.
Oh, well, we got some time here. I just want to say another thank you to our the people that support us. Thrustmaster, Next Level Racing, FRN. I know Jeffy got Jetline Systems there as well. I got BenQ and Gamersubs. And thanks to all the people that support Jeff and I. We appreciate it. We do appreciate it. And we appreciate you guys watching live right now on twitch.tv. A lot of you joining in for these races. And the YouTube people. What up, YouTube people? Thanks for watching on the Jeff Favignano Live channel. That's true. Favignano Live is where these archives will be on YouTube. We'll watch them back there. I pay for the same license for Twitch just so I can have the same music and not have any issues on the YouTube side of things. Well, there you go. I get a free license with my MCN on YouTube, but I have to pay for the one for Twitch, so it's worth it. It's absolutely worth it. Yeah, I do too. That's all the music that you're hearing tonight. And these awesome camera views are by D Beard. The Fox camera views by D Beard from 2012. Still holding up very, very well. We're getting ready to restart this race. Ryan, I'm going to let you call this one on this restart. Oh, man. Lap 53 this time by. 7 laps remaining as the green flag comes out right now. And James Hilton gets a nice start on the inside line. He's going to have a great driver behind him, Joe Brown 5, who's been showing some really good pushing all night. Here we go. Jeff, I don't know who's going to win this, man. This is getting exciting. I think... I couldn't even tell you. Couldn't tell you. Chat, what do you guys think? It's hard to say, but man, I'm really feeling bad for Spells right there. He got kind of screwed Hilton took off so early on that restart, and now Joel Brown's going to drop to the bottom and take the lead away. Here comes Spells on the outside. He's got help from Webb. Side by side in turns number 3 and 4. And here comes Charles Gray to the bottom. He's trying to get to the 67 of Favignano, and Jason Lance is up in the mix. Is that a Supra? It is. Robert Webb. Nice push there on the outside, but they're going 3 wide. Who the hell is that? Robert Webb with an incredible move to the top to try to prevent Ryan Potter from getting there. And he has Matt Rucci behind him, 3 wide. Is he clear? He's almost clear. He's clear. Comes down. Nice defense there by Webb. Woo-hoo. Incredible move by Webb right there. And here comes the 6 of Spells pushing on him. Not too hard. There. Joel Brown out front trying to hold off everyone right now. The outside line has got to run right now, Jeff. You're seeing that 60 car. Oh, he just didn't have enough. Now they're side by side. They did have a bit of a run. I thought he was going to make a move to the inside lane or the middle lane there.
Yeah, it's 3 wide, and that is Matt Rucci on the outside pushing on Potter. And they're still 3 wide, kind of falling apart in the middle. Here comes the 15 right there of Ewing. He's up in the mix right now, and he's trying to get to the 87 of Charles Gray.
What the heck? Look at this. We got the Gobstopper car up in the mix now. He's moving his way up. That outside line is working. Oh, my goodness. As the middle line is falling apart, like you said, Jeff.
What a move.
Clint Spells, you got to make a decision, and he does. He gets down. I'm like, you got to get out of that lane, buddy. And he's going to go down the bottom lane, which I think is the smart choice. Live to see another day, dude, before you drop back.
Absolutely. And that was Webb that made that amazing move. And he came down for the side draft to try to hold that off. Nick Sargent caught in the middle. Nowhere to go right now and no help. Webb is going to stay on the top with Potter, but here comes Matt Rucci to the middle.
That outside lane now falling apart as Clint Spells got out of it. But look at this. Nick Sargent's working with Rucci Bot. Oh no, Rucci Bot has been activated. Oh, look out. Oh, just like that, Webb trying to deny them. He goes out to the outside lane as he sees them coming in his side view mirror.
4 laps to go here at Talladega. They are side by side trying to get this one taken from the leader. That is the 43 of Joel Brown, but he has no problems out back. Here's the 87 of Charles Gray on the inside of the 67, the second line now trying to make their way forward.
My apologies. That's Favignano in that orange car, the 67. And do my eyes deceive me, Jeff? Is that Charles Gray up there in third place? My goodness. Where did he come from? Oh, he's got damage on the back.
Yeah, and he's got help from the 6 car of Spells, and that's Wes Graham out in the back there with Robert Keller and Kyle Cleveland trying to get something moving forward as they get around Bookman there, as Bookman's kind of caught in the middle and almost gets into the 4.
Sargent's looking a little loose there on the outside lane in that yellow Gobstopper car. Boys, we still got 3 laps to go here. Like, let's make it to the end here. Oh my God, this is good racing.
Really good, and the 89 of Hilton is pushing on the back of the 43 right here. As you can see, looking back at the blimp camera, it is insane. 3 wide towards the back, and they're still back down to 2. It looks like as of right now, so we're going to try to get that focus for you. Sorry about that. Side by side, Favignano, and now the 48 of Nick Sargent going to make it 3 wide.
Those cars on the outside, they either got to get together because that inside line is slowly pulling away.
One hell of a side draft by the 67 there.
If you're a guy in the back like Steinhoff there, you're deciding which lane you think's gonna do it. You're trying to decide who to join.
And Matt Rucci making a real good decision here on the outside to push the 48.
Look at this 3 wide racing. Unbelievable.
Amazing views from the blimp.
Charles Gray and the 89 of Hilton making a move for the lead. Is Hilton going to drop down and get in front of Joel Brown? I don't know, but we're 3 wide. Oh, there's a slow car. Get out of the way.
Get out of the way. 3 wide as we're coming back to the line. Joel Brown on the bottom. You've got the 89 of Hilton in the middle and Nick Sargent on the top with help from the 28 of Rucci.
Oh, this car's got to get out. Go to the apron. What are you doing? Go to the apron. They're 3 wide. Get the out of the way.
They have got to make a decision, and they're wrecking behind them.
Oh, my God. And there's a caution.
Caution, and then Charles Gray.
What are you doing?
The lap car could not get out of the way. Should have went to the bottom. Unbelievable. And that is going to spell disaster for so many drivers that were involved in that. Wow. All I can say is wow. You hate to see it when a lap car gets in the way and ruins great racing we just saw there. The 4 of Keller involved, and there's the 80 car. He made it through no problem. Kyle Cleveland more damage at the front end of that car. Robert Webb absolutely torn up, and unfortunate for him. What a great run that was, starting 21st and was all the way up there making amazing moves. And it came down to a lapped car. And you know what? It's easy to sit there and point the finger at the lap car, but we've seen so many drivers in these leagues in the last few years do the same thing over and over again. You get nervous, you don't know where to go. In that situation, it's not 100% their fault. Those guys are choosing to be 3 wide the entire time. They know they've got a car coming up.
To his credit, if I'm a lap car, I'm like, I'm going to the outside lane. I'm expecting 2 wide, but these guys are 3 wide. Like that's the issue. And like, man, I've been in that position of being a lap car, and you think you're safe. Like, hey guys, I'm going to the outside. I'm going to the outside. Get around me. Well, bruh, like we can't. We're 3 wide. Oh, yeah, it hurts. It hurts to see.
It really does. No one wants to see that stuff. Trust me. But Matt Rucci made it through there no problem. That's what he wanted to see. And also the 89 of James Hilton. He made it through that without any incidents. And Clint Spells in the 6 car. He's got a good looking car right there, but it all happened right there where Andrew Ewing was right there. He's got damage on the right front, and unfortunate for the 67 of Fodorero, he's going to come down on pit road, try to get that car fixed, but I don't know. Unfortunate for him. Been up to 2nd today. We've seen great things out of that driver. Unfortunately getting caught up, not caught, and that's not the word, but caught up in that last accident there. You really don't like to see it. It is part of racing. It's part of sim racing, but I can tell you right now, they're definitely going to be having a conversation about what you do in that situation, and it is hard to say because they knew that car was coming up. They all knew it. The leader definitely knew.
They all have microphones.
They have mics.
Why weren't they saying, get off the track, we're 3 wide, get off, get off, get off?
Well,
you could have said that.
But the lapper didn't do anything really that bad. He did what he was supposed to, which is stay on the very top. The problem was no one
hold your lane.
Yeah, and they didn't want to give up the 3 wide. They didn't want to give it up. They would have had to make those decisions to go 2x2 to get by the lap car. We've seen that happen in the real world when it comes to plate racing.
They were starting to. It was just a little too late. Like they were starting to try and fall into a 2 wide race. But it was as soon as that happened, you got people making decisions and too fast, and they just didn't do it in time.
And I'll explain the reason why you do not want to dive onto the apron at a track like this. That's because if you're at 100 and see, even if he's out there by himself, he's doing 170 miles an hour, even with damage 160. And you want to be like, hey, get on the apron. They're yelling at you to get on the apron, and you bring it down the apron. You spin the car in front of the entire field. Yeah, you don't want to do that.
You're right. Yeah, exactly. That's a great point. Like, you say get to the apron, but look at the difference between the flat and the banking. Like, as soon as you go down there, your car can get real loose, real sketchy, and you could send it back up into the field. So
that was up to the leaders to make that decision to go, hey, we need to go 2 wide to get around this guy or something. He didn't do anything wrong that I saw. It's just an ongoing meme here in our league that we've seen. You know, we've seen Zach Houseneck do it. We've seen Dave do it. We've seen so many people do it.
Yeah.
It does happen. And it's unfortunate, but just because they're the lapper doesn't mean they're in the wrong there. And I didn't see anything really out of shape as far as that one went.
I'm sorry I got upset. It was 3 wide racing. I was like, just get out of the way.
I know, it looks so good. I mean, they could have gone 4, and I've seen them do that at Talladega in the real world, go 4 when they're passing a line of 2 cars that are like tandem out there trying to, just make laps. It can be done. It's difficult to do here in sim racing, but now this is going to be an interesting finish. Lights are off on the pace truck, and we do get 3 attempts at a green-white checker, and I gotta say, I think we're going to see it. I don't think we're done.
Feels bad for the drivers. I got caught up in that, but the green-white checker, which is very exciting.
Well, I gotta say, we're not done seeing 3 wide racing. We're not done.
We're not.
We might even see 4 wide racing here for the end of this thing. And now with the green wide checker, it's going to be everything you can get. And you can see the 6 car lagging back on the 28. That's a smart move at this point in the race. So say in the opening 15 laps of the race, you don't want to be lagging back on a restart. And the reason for that is because you can accordion everything up and create problems behind you. But towards the end of the race, when you fall back a little bit and you just anticipate that restart, you're going to get all that momentum, and you're going to have the guy behind you pushing on you. That can win a race here at Talladega.
I don't even know. I don't know what's going to happen.
That's going to come down to Nick Sargent. He's going to have to hold off everyone. He started this race out in the front, and he really wants to put this one behind him in the front right here. An incredible drive by the 48. using that one fast repair that they get. And now he finds himself back in P1. But Joel Brown, the 43, one to watch on this restart. The 89 of Hilton has had a lot of speed, made good moves there in the last run. And now it comes down to these guys. Who's going to win it here at Talladega? Put it in the chat right now. Who do you think is going to take this one away?
I'm not going to say anything about who I think or who I want. I'm shutting up because I'm just going to let this unfold as that truck is going in to the pits now. Hey, what was that? A Chevy Silverado 1500 Duramax diesel? I don't know what the hell.
I think that is the
NAS truck.
Yeah, NAS truck. Classic NAS truck. All right, side by side. The 48 is the control car with the 28 pushing on the back of him. The 89 of Hilton going to be pushing on Joel Brown. Green flag in the air once again. We're racing at Talladega. And so coming down here.
Once they get to the white flag, it will be official. It doesn't matter what happens. So they just got to get around this lap to that white flag cleanly. I hope they can do it. Nick Sargent getting no help there.
None whatsoever.
As Rucci, or is that no? Excuse me, no, that is Rucci.
Yeah, it's Matt Rucci there on the outside.
I'm going with Joel here.
A lot of side drafting there with Sargent doing everything he could. They did make contact. But now you're going to have 3 cars on the bottom looking strong. The 48 going to the top. Clint Spells in the back of the 28 right now. Side-by-side action. We're going to probably see 3 wide action here as Nick Sargent was thinking to go to the outside, but he's not going to do it. Still 2x2. Here comes the 6, giving a very good push to the back of the 28 of Rucci.
Here we go. I'm not saying anything. I'm just going to watch.
Rucci's going to drop down in front of the 43. He's probably going to come back up and grab the 6 after he gets the push from the 43. And I don't think he's going to be able to because, he's going to try. And the 6 is going to push on him.
Get Hilton get to the back of Joel's bumper. He does. Look at this push here. This is huge.
Matt Rucci doing everything to control 2 lanes. He's doing a great job. 3 wide behind him. As Nick Sargent's falling to the back.
As they come around. Is this the final? It is the final corner.
This comes down to this. Rucci out front. They got to do something, and they got to do it fast. Spells with a side draft. Coming to the line. Who's going to win it at Talladega? There's Racking at the front. Rucci will get it done.
Rucci got it.
Matt Rucci, what an incredible drive by that driver.
Spin to win.
Wow, wow, wow. Your winner, Matt Rucci there. Started 3rd today, but he gets it done where it counted, and that was to finish it out and take the first win of the season after winning the entire championship last season.
Defending champion.
Absolutely. And man, what an incredible race we saw there at the end. That was beautiful. Absolutely awesome. We're going to find out what happened with everything here. Get your race results. Reset those. Matt Rucci's going to take the win here tonight. Clint Spells with the respective P2.
Let's go, Clint.
Nicely done by Clint. I thought he was going to win this one tonight. Just slipped through his fingers right there towards the end. Joel Brown in 3rd, 4th to Dylan Macedo, 5th to James Hilton, 6th to the rookie Kyle Carpenter, 7th to Nick Sargent, Andrew Ewing, Alex Reno pulling out a top 10, Leonard Fodorero in P10 as well. P11, Aaron Beaver, Jason Lance, Brandon Osborne, Austin Johnson, Wes Graham, Tyler Thomas, Ryan Steinhoff, Charles Gray, Ben Tuttle, Gage Bookman. Then you got Ryan Potter, Robert Webb. We're going to come back to this in just a minute. We want to watch the burnouts from the man in the 28 car, Matt Rucci. We'll burn it down here at Talladega. Oh, maybe he'll come down here.
Activated. Oh no, he's here again, boys. And with these software upgrades, he's unstoppable. Great drive there by Rucci. Congrats to him.
He had a really cool one there.
Oh, drifting, Tokyo Drift.
Yeah, he's like right outside of the camera view. There it is. Couldn't get it. There he is. Nice. Very happy to see that. I'm going to save my cameras.
that was a fabulous race. I'm just going to say that was fantastic.
Oh,
racing.
I loved it, man.
Those last 10 laps. Oh my God. That was incredible.
Absolutely amazing, man. I wish we could have had the 3 wide all the way to the end. I mean, it would have been a wreck. Let's be honest.
There was a wreck either way.
Yeah, it was going to happen. That's for certain. All right, let's get back to your race results. Sorry about that. P21 was Ryan Potter. Robert Webb in 22nd. 23rd there to Kyle Cleveland. I don't know what's going on with the scoring sheet. It's wrong. Then we have Connor Skinner, Zachary Guzman, Scott Barkman, Donovan Barber, Robert Keller, Jeffrey Spells, Mason Pepper. And then rounding everything out, Stefan Benende, Brandon Buggs. We have Stephen Favignano, Stephen Harris, Eric O'Neill, and Isaiah Stevens. And rounding out everything. What an incredible finish that was. Well, we're going to head down and get some driver interviews for you guys. We'll be right back here in just a few moments. All right, we are catching up to everybody. What an incredible finish that was. Incredible race in 3 wide. We do want to catch up with the winner of tonight's race, and that is Matt Rucci. Matt, did you think you could get it done there at the end, and how crazy was that finish? If Matt is here, Matt Rucci. There he is.
I had to block pretty crazy there at the end. If I got turned blocking, I got turned blocking, but I had to do what I had to do. Yeah, it was a lot of fun. I'm proud of everyone. We went 3 by 3 for quite a few laps there at the end. It was a lot of fun. The Xfinity package here is just a lot of fun, and it showed.
There you go. Matt Rucci going to be finishing the first race of the season in P1 with all that momentum off the last season, winning the championship. Started 3rd, and he will finish 1st here tonight at Talladega. Ryan, you catch him with anybody?
Man, I want to talk to Clint Spells. I want to talk to 2 drivers. I want to talk to our 2nd and 3rd place drivers, Clint Spells and Joel Brown. Clint, where the hell did you come from? What a drive, dude. How was that race for you?
Well, the first 3 quarters was just pretty much like a Sunday drive down the interstate, but there at the last 10 to 12 laps, it was intense for me. Adrenaline was really flowing there, but I thought I had the opportunity to help Joel out when he got up, how he pushed me there to the lead, and we kind of run a few laps up front, and I thought I was going to get the return of favor. Got shook out a little bit, and like I said, just stuck with it and had a good push there at the end by one of my old buddies, Dylan. Thought we were going to be able to get pulled through there, but like I said, 2nd place, I'm satisfied with that.
You should be super proud of that finish, man. You drove the hell out of that car. So, and both the Spells brothers, Jeff, I saw you up there too, buddy. You had a great drive as well. So congrats to both you guys. I want to talk to Joel Brown 5, the best hairdo in this side of the Mississippi. I don't know what that is. How was that race for you, buddy? You were pushing the hell out of everybody. You are the assist of the day because you're pushing in the drafting. There was incredible. You got 3rd. Congrats on the 3rd place win. Tell us about your race.
Well, thank you. I appreciate it. It was a good race. Monday I was able to get the win, so I had some confidence coming in this race. Unfortunately, I had a bad qualifying, so I had to come from 28th. So I just needed to get through that first wreck unscathed, which I was able to do miraculously. And once I got up there to 5th, I just needed to hold out. Now it was a good race. I was hoping I would get the nose up there on Clint right there at the end, but he had a better push, and I just couldn't get there. But yeah, man, it was a great race. I had a blast.
Yeah, good job, dude. And before I pass it off to you, Jeff, I'll just say, like, those last 10 laps, guys, from the booth, we were losing our shit. It was amazing. It was absolutely amazing racing. And you guys went 3 wide for that long, and just the the amount of car control and patience but aggressiveness at the same time. It was a sight to behold. So thank you to all you guys for putting on a hell of a show. But back to you, Jeff.
All right. Yeah, I want to catch up to a driver that is driving the 15 car here in the league. Andrew Ewing, you started 32nd. You had a kind of up and down day. Tell us about it.
Oh, up and down for sure, man. That was so much fun though. Just not my forte. The big track racing, I'm not great at it, but that was intense, like Clint said, and just an absolute blast. Glad I can make it out. Thank you.
Fantastic. Well, you started 32nd all the way there in the back, and you finish in the top 10 position, P8 out of all these cars. So I'd say that was pretty darn good by you. Also want to talk to Mr. Alex Reno. Now, you had an up-down day as well, but you had that earlier incident, and you just kind of held off to use that fast repair. How did you make that decision to come down pit road? And are you happy with the result?
Yeah, I'd say I'm happy with the result there. I just felt it was way too early when we got in that first wreck to use it, because I know how super speedway races are, and if there's one wreck, there's usually another. So decided to hold it off there until that I don't know, kind of middle of the race there, and that paid off.
Fantastic. Well, you get a top 10 out of that. And the last person I want to talk tonight is the heartbreak tonight. Nick Sargent, you came here, you got the pole. You had a pretty strong race all the way there to the end, but you get to squeeze out a top 10 after everything. I'd say that wasn't so bad.
Yeah, overall, it's a good finish. I can't really complain too much on a super speedway getting a top 10. I was ecstatic that I got the pole. That was surprising to me. And then that last restart, I don't know, it just didn't happen. I felt like I couldn't really get any help or anything. I had a big run on the backstretch on the last lap, and I just couldn't get anybody to go with me. But either way, it was a good race. Finished good, and hopefully I can keep it going the rest of the season.
Fantastic. There you have it. Nick Sargent starting on the pole and finishes in P7. Before we get out of here, I want to say thank you to all of you. You guys were amazing to watch tonight. I mean, it's a night and day difference from the season opener last season to now. And you guys are starting to get used to each other. And the Xfinity package looks a lot better than the broken package we saw on the next-gen car last season. So I'm excited to move forward to the next race. Ryan, you have anything else for us?
Super speedways, baby. I know a lot of you guys got caught up in some wrecks there where they weren't your fault. So just keep your head up. Don't get too mad, because there's a whole ton of racing left, whole ton of season left. So, but shout out to everyone for an incredible start to this season. Very excited for this season.
There you have it, folks. That is going to wrap everything up here tonight at Talladega. Waiting for Ryan to come back down here to the booth so we can finish everything out. As soon as that happens here. There he is right there. Fantastic. Well, what an incredible show that was.
Did you move down? Because I gave my last words up there.
Yeah, I heard the last words. Then I jumped down here.
You want last words?
I heard your last words, yes. I waited until you were done talking, then I jumped down.
You want last words?
Oh, I didn't want any last words. No, I was good.
Oh, okay. All right.
Sorry about that. It's a time to go. So
yeah,
man, what a great race. What is next on the list? Because we don't have our schedule here in our stuff yet. Texas?
Yeah.
So we're going to go from being a boring 1.5 mile track from what we've seen. Now with the Xfinity package, we're going to have those cars with all the off throttle time. And I think that's going to make a huge difference. But I'm excited for that. That'll be next Thursday at 9 p.m. Eastern. We usually go live around 8:30 p.m. Eastern. So be looking out for that. That's going to do it for me and Mr. Civ Ryan here tonight. Matt Rucci, what a name we have seen in the last season. He gets it done again here. What can you say? My name's Jeff Favignano, and that's Mr. Civ Ryan. We'll see you next time.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Stand by for raid.